Hey, business building warrior. Thanks for joining me on Silent Sales Machine Radio. And I've got a great guest for you today. I can't wait to get Shondell on the line. I just had a great conversation with her. You're going to truly enjoy this. Check this out. She started with $600. She was sick of her 9 to 5 job, sick of sitting on the couch, spending her weekends, burning through her paycheck, in her own words, in a couple of days. She wanted more. Long story short, she found our community. She tells the story. She found the proven Amazon course. She's about to have her first $10,000 sales month. That's the story in a nutshell. I absolutely loved the motivating and encouraging tone. She's very subdued. She doesn't get loud or jump up and down, but she's so excited and she's in such a great place. And you're going to enjoy spending time with her today. She talks about her process, how she finds products, how she learned the process, the family that she's now getting involved. She said, I'm not broke anymore. I love that moment. You're going to truly enjoy hanging out with Shondell today. And if there's any questions you have about any of this and you want to talk to our team about maybe how we can help you, maybe you've got more than $600 to get rolling, we can go a little further, a little faster. But maybe you've only got a few $100s. The systems we teach work. You can wade in at your own pace. You can get proof of concept very inexpensively. Shondell tells her story about how she did that today. And I'd love for you to reach out to us if you want to have that chat. silentjimdotcom/book a call. We'll stick that link in the show notes as well. That's how you can learn more about us, hear more about the opportunities we have for you to learn for free or to spend a few dollars and get some help, some coursework, or maybe work one-on-one with a coach on our team who is succeeding at a high level, who can hold your hand and go through this. But we'd love to be part of your story and help encourage you the way we've helped so many others. You can scroll back and hear hundreds of interviews like this, but I'm so excited for you to hear this one, an interview with Shondell, my new friend. Let's get her on the line right now. Shondell, welcome to the podcast. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, Jim. It's good to see you. And thank you for having me.
Hey, it's an honor. Favorite part of my job. So if you're ready, I'd love to get into your story.
My story.
Yeah. Why'd you get into e-commerce?
I started because I was so tired of living paycheck to paycheck.
Mm.
I was just working, and at the end of 2 weeks, you get your paycheck, and it could be gone in a couple hours because there's so much things you have to do with this one paycheck. So, I started looking for something else to do. I wanted something else to do, not just go into my 9 to 5, come home, watch TV, and just sit on the couch, spend the weekend there, and get up and go again. I felt like I was stuck.
Mm.
And the only way for me to get moving is to move. So I was having some health problems. And I ended up going to the emergency room with my husband. We've been there all night. And I was told that I have to get my gallbladder removed.
Oh.
And we did the surgery. I ended up being home for like 6 weeks. And during that time, I was, while I was recovering, I was just using this time. I have to find something to do beside going to my 9 to 5.
Right.
And sometimes you get so desperate. And I was even looking at clipping coupons. I kid you not. I was just on my phone and I was praying about it. And I wanted God to show me, like, what's the next move? What's the next step?
Yeah.
And I end up watching videos on YouTube. And God showed me people talking about Amazon and Amazon. And I keep watching and I keep watching these videos. It's like every time a video, and YouTube is videos after videos. And I spend hours just looking at videos and videos. And there was this one guy that I started watching more and more. I started watching him. And I watched so many of his videos. And he, one day, I was watching a video of his, and he said, look, if you're just going to sit there and keep watching my videos and don't do anything about it, stop watching my videos.
He called
That's
you
what he
out.
said.
He called you out.
Yes. And I was like, is he talking to me?
Sounds like
Because,
it, huh?
yes, because I was just watching the videos and, taking no action. And I sent him an email and I told him, I said, I felt that message when you said stop watching, and I put it in an email and he emailed me back. And at the time, I didn't have the money for his course because I looked at his, what he was charging for his course. And I think it was either 500 or close to $600. And I'm like, I got to get my money up, you know. And I saved my money. I didn't tell anybody. My husband didn't know about it. My kids, nobody knew about it. My family, nobody knew about what I was planning. So I get the money and I paid for the course. And I paid for the course and I started, the first module. I look at it and I remember sitting right there and I looked at it and I sit back and I'm like, what did I just watch? It was, it's like, I didn't get it. I got nothing. So, but I already paid this money. So I'm like, I'm gonna get this no matter what it takes, how long it takes me, I'm gonna get it. So I continue watching and I was grasping, bits and pieces of it. And I was going along with it. And, you have a community on Facebook. And I went on Facebook one time. And when I went on Facebook, I saw your course, the Silent
Yeah, proven Amazon course. Yeah.
proven Amazon course.
Silentjim.com has a link to it. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yes. And it was $7. And I'm like, $7? I already started this course and I can't go wrong with $7. So I end up getting your course. And from the jump is like a light bulb, just,
Ah,
you know, and I started, instead of doing his course now, I'm going over your course. And then I end up getting the 39.99, the entire thing. And what I liked about it is that it wasn't a maze. I could like learn from where I wanted to go next. And that's how I end up getting my products. I end up, you know, learn everything that I needed to know. And then after I got my husband, I started telling him what I'm doing now because I needed him to like print my label. He's a computer guy. So, I started bringing him in. So that's how we end up, knowing about what I was doing. But in the beginning, it was just me. This was my thing, you know? And I'm so thankful that I end up finding your course and your community because a lot of times I'm in the group and I read everything, like every comment. You can learn so much from just reading.
yes.
If I'm having issues on Amazon, go on Facebook, go in your community. Somebody is having the same issue that you can get the information from. So thank you for that $7 course.
Yes, you're welcome. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, there may be some listeners who don't know. I'll stick a link in the notes for this episode. But we have a getting started, little $7, like, let's get you through the first few steps of what the reality is of selling on Amazon. It's the proof of concept. For $7, help you decide if this is something you want to do or not, with some really good step by step. And I appreciate you giving us that feedback. And then if you like what you see, like you mentioned, for $39 a month, you get our full library and you can go at your own pace, get exactly what you need when you need it. So thank you for breaking all that down for folks.
Yes.
And I'm so, I didn't realize that's how you'd found us. So
Yeah.
I love your story so far. And I'm so glad you found our community, and the Facebook group is free. I don't know if you mentioned that or not. So I want to make sure people
Yeah.
understand that.
It's totally free.
silentjim.com. There's a link to 83,000 of us in there hanging out, helping each other out. And you've contributed, which is how I found you to ask you about jumping on the podcast with us today, because some of the
Yes.
positive comments and results that you're seeing,
Who
right?
would thought a $7 course would have me sitting here talking to you? It's amazing.
Oh,
It's
I
amazing.
feel very blessed that
Yeah.
for so many of us on the leadership team here, we consider this ministry, because you described very early on, and I felt it. Sitting on your couch after working 9 to 5, your paycheck is spent a few hours after you get it, thinking, "What am I doing? There's got to be more than this," and praying
Yeah.
and saying, "God, what else is going on out there?" Not that we're the
Yes.
answer to everybody's problems, but a lot of people have benefited from what we train here. And I'm detecting a sense of new purpose just in
It
your tone
is.
as you describe it.
Yes, because now my niece is doing it.
You got your
You know,
niece involved too.
yes, because I've kept this to myself and my immediate family in the house for over a year. My sisters, my brother, nobody knew what I was doing. I just kept this to myself because I wanted this to work first. So
Right.
I kept it locked up, and I think my family, I started telling them about it about 2 months ago.
Okay. You kept a
About two
secret for a
months ago.
while.
Yes, over a year.
Hmm.
Over a year, because August 20th has been a year since I started. I remember, since I got my first sale. My first sale was August 20th, and it's been going since. It's been going since.
So
And my niece,
as we're heading into Christmas 2025, give me an update. Like, how's the business going? How is it? How's it doing? And
it's it's doing very well with the time that I've spent on it, because I'm working full time.
right.
And the time I've started with 600 dollars, to get my stuff and get it going. So from that $600, no credit, no, just me working overtime when it was available, and just getting money. And as the money, I remember when one time I saw my account after I made a few sales, it was in the red. I'm like, what is this? Why am I in the red? But then my husband, he was explaining to me, he said, if you're sending 5 items and you want, and those items are selling, you bump it up to 10, and 10, then you bump it up to 20, and you go from there. And I remember you guys in the group always say, don't go deep, go wide. And that's what I've done. I've, you know, even though Amazon would recommend, sending hundreds of products or whatever, I
Mhm.
don't do that.
Good.
You know, I always go wide.
Yeah. Staying diversified.
And
We call it inch deep,
yes,
mile wide. Yeah. You're not
yes.
going so deep that you end up getting burned with inventory that doesn't sell for where you were hoping it would sell. Yeah.
Yes. So I've learned that. And Mr. I think his name is John Larson,
Yeah.
always say, go find more aces.
Yes. Yes.
So
That's right. Yeah. All of our coaches, that's a theme around here. the solution to every challenge you'll have in this business, go find more products or more ASINs. Keep finding, keep
Yes.
loading them in, right? And yeah. So how many ASINs have you found so far approximately? Do you know off the top of your
Um,
head?
I think I'm up to 94 active ASINs right now.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm pushing it to get where I need to go because I think my best month was in July where I made over 8,000. So I'm trying to get to the 10 plus. So I'm pretty proud of myself.
Oh, you should be. That's phenomenal. Great
Yes.
job.
And one thing
Congratulations.
I have to say is that, you know, since I've started this and get the ball rolling and stuff like that, I can honestly say that I haven't been broke. I
That
haven't
you've never been broke?
I haven't been broke since I've started this.
That's
Yes.
so great. I love it.
Yes.
Uh,
It's truly a blessing.
mm.
It really is.
So, just,
And
I want to make an observation, Shondell. Sorry to interrupt you there, but I hope you realize that, when you and I talked, I hope I'm not calling you out too much here, but you're a little shy, like, I don't know if I want to do this. And we encouraged back and forth. You decided, yeah, this is something I should do.
yeah,
Right now, you're inspiring and encouraging people that you may never meet to take proactive action and change their life. And maybe it's not this business, but it's something. It's, you know what? I'm going to turn off Netflix. I'm going to stop settling for one paycheck every other week that I burn through in 48 hours. I'm going to do something. You're inspiring and encouraging potentially hundreds of people, if not more, who may see this even a year after we've recorded it. And I just want you to feel the significance of that. God calls you to this moment. And I think you know
thank
that.
you. Thank you. And that's what I said when, I was saying, oh, I don't know, and stuff like that. And I said, God give you opportunities and you just have to take it. And
Yes.
I think this is one of them. And I thank you for this opportunity. I
And
really do.
And it does represent opportunity for you as well, because those people are going to reach out and they're going to say, now, is that real? Or did he pay you to say that? or, you know what? That you just resonate. I could say the same things you just said and tell Shondell's story without you here. It wouldn't resonate. But people hearing your voice, the tone, the pace, the sincerity, the authenticity, you've got an incredible story. And it's just getting started. And many benefits will come from you doing this podcast. I pray that you just get bombarded with blessings for having done
Thank you.
this.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm honored to spend this time with you. So
Thank you.
you're aiming for 10,000, your first $10,000
Hmm.
sales month, right?
Yes.
And it's on the horizon. Here we are late in the year 2025, with December's next month as we're sitting here recording. Do you think you'll hit it for the Christmas month? You got enough inventory in there to make it happen?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
I
So you're
do.
going to end the
And
year with your goal of your first $10,000 sales month.
yes. And when I do, I'm gonna text you. I'll send you a message. And
Absolutely.
and
Please do.
yes,
That's
yes.
exciting.
I
That is a
am
very exciting
excited.
moment because, to me, when someone hits 10,000 in sales for a month, that tells me they've got all the foundational concepts, if not firmly in grasp, within arm's reach. You get it. You understand the business now. Now it's just a matter of scaling. It's just a matter of diversifying, scaling, adding on new opportunities, finding more ASINs. Instead of having 94 active ASINs, you have 300 or 500 or
Yes.
more, right? So talk me through that a little bit. Your business, what are you doing? What's the reality of this? If you were talking to someone else about this, like how much, you said you're still working full time. So how
So
much
I
time are you
am.
putting into it? What's the reality of it? And there's several ways to
Um,
approach this, but what's your approach?
it's like when you're doing this business, you can never stop looking for ASINs, never stop working at it. This is every day is a learning opportunity because, like I said, my niece, she just started and everything she's learning it from me. And, you know, the funny thing is that I didn't even know that I, I retained so much because is I've been at it, going at it for over a year. And when I'm at work, I'm on break, I'm in a corner. I get my phone, I get my tablet, and I'm always looking for stuff.
I would like to hear how many hours a week you're working on your business and what your routine is right now. You said you work full time. How many hours are you
Mm,
putting into this, and what's your weekly routine look like?
Hours a week, I say about 15, 10, 15.
10,
Yeah,
15
because when
hours a week.
yeah,
And you mentioned 8,000 was your best month. Do you happen to know your net margins off the top of your head? Like what's your net profits? You said you're earning money. All right, how well are you tracking that?
Seller board is tracking it for me.
Hmm.
I have to check and see because I have to pay more attention to that part
That's
of it.
okay. If,
Yeah.
approximately, do you happen to know approximately what your profits are?
I only My ROI is 35.
35% ROI. That tells us
Yes.
that's great. That tells us
Yes.
it paints a good picture for us here of,
Yes.
so you're of the $8,000 you sold, you probably put, depending on several factors, somewhere around $1,500 plus in the bank, maybe a little more than that for your efforts. So
Yeah.
that's about, based on what you told me, 15 hours a week, that's a 25, $30 an hour income stream for you right now. 25 or $30 net profit after everything's said and done, income stream. But the nice thing is, as you scale, those numbers are going to do nothing but climb to where, and you can even automate and systemize this to the point where someone else is doing a lot of the work.
Yes.
But you've built an incredible income stream. And I want to emphasize again something I know you're very proud of because you've mentioned it to me before the episode as well as today. You started with $600. That's it.
$600.
That's it.
Yes.
Now, was that before you bought the $500 course that you didn't use or after?
No, that was actually after
I figured
because
because that didn't leave
yeah,
you with
because
much. So you spent
no.
$500 on a course you didn't use too much.
Hmm.
Then you started with us with 600. You bought a $7 course. You signed up for the $39 a month training. But the rest is going towards inventory and some of the tools you've mentioned, which from my vantage point, maybe we can talk offline. You don't need all those tools. I mean, some of them you don't need. Well, so we'll talk offline about that. Feel free to hit me with your list sometime and I'll help you think through that. Okay. Because I want to keep your margins high. I want to keep your profits high. But what else would you share with others? Is, I unfortunately had to kind of squeeze our conversation today into a fairly tight window of time. I'd love to have more time with you, maybe have you back another time, but I do want to give you a chance. If there's anything else you're wanting to share with people who hear this, any insights
Yes.
or if there's any questions for me, that's fine as well. Where would you like to go the last few minutes we have here?
If you don't think about all the things that you don't have to start, just start.
Hmm.
Start somewhere, even if it's $200. Because look what $600, and now I'm here now where I'm not from paycheck to paycheck. So from $600 to now it's a big difference. And don't get caught up in, you know, like, it's a get rich quick program. It's not. You have to put the work in. You have to constantly be on the lookout. Because even stuff in your kitchen, scan it. I find an item from in my fridge the other day, you know. So if you want to do it, make a start. Start somewhere. Get the program, So just just start. Just start.
Yeah, well said. I can't possibly say it any better myself. And I'm so proud of you, by the way,
You
for starting with a few $100s, which represents a significant chunk of your monthly budget based on some of the things you've shared. But you've set a trajectory if we continue out this trajectory that you're on, where you're in a very different place financially, a few months, a few years
Yes.
from now, the possibilities that begin to open up, you're no longer settling for a paycheck and a 9 to 5 and Netflix on the weekends. That's not good enough for Shondell. You've got bigger
Yeah.
goals in mind, and there's a viral effect. Other people are going to detect that in your family, your friends, the people who hear this podcast episode. They're going to feel challenged by that. So it's not just you making some more money to make your family's budget. There's a contagious ripple effect when someone takes action the way you have. And I love the challenge that you put to the listeners and the people watching this. Like, take action. Don't wait till you feel
One
like
more.
it. Get
Yeah.
going. So you don't even know it in your
One more
own,
thing I have to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, in your
Go
own
ahead.
quiet way, in your own subdued manner. You've just lit a fire under some people in a way that motivational speakers probably never could. I don't even know if you realize it yet, but God's using you for that. And I'm so
Thank
excited.
you.
Yeah. What else did you want to share?
You know, I heard, some videos talk about niche and those kind of stuff. In the beginning, don't don't do the niche, chase the ROI, because niche, you might find one thing you want to sell jewelry or whatever, but there's only so much jewelry one person is going to buy. If you get into groceries, that's a repeat. People going to run out of that items and they're going to come back for more. So try to spread your catalog out,
Yes,
you know.
diversify your catalog. Don't get attached.
Yeah.
When people come to us and say, I want to sell sports items, like, why? Sell what people want, sell what's profitable, diversify your catalog. Yeah. So thanks for emphasizing that. It's a very
Yes.
dangerous thing to come in and say, I want to sell this, and then try to
Uh-huh.
figure out a way to sell a product that people may or may not even want in a category that people may or may not even be spending that much money. Yes, go where the profits are is what we encourage. And obviously you've been a student of that. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've learned that. I've learned that.
Well, I could talk to you for another hour, but unfortunately, I've got an appointment that's right up next to this. But I think people are going to want to hear more from you. So let's do this. When you have your first $20,000 month, let's get you back on the podcast and talk about that journey from 8 to you're going to hit 10 next month. We're counting on it.
Absolutely.
God bless my friend for the $10,000 month. And when you hit
Thank
20,
you.
let's get you back and hear an update, because there's some lessons you'll be learning in the interim. But it's an honor to have you in the community, Shondell, and thank you for spending some time with me today.
So much for having me.
Marie, please do reach out if you need anything, okay?
I sure will.
Absolutely. And let me just talk to the listeners who are hearing this episode with Shondell and I today. If you benefited from this and you were encouraged by this, I've got some good news for you. We have over 1,000 podcast episodes with students of the Proven Amazon course. And you can scroll back in time and you'll see them and hear them. All kinds of encouraging people, starting with all different places in their budget. Shaundell shared today, she started with $600. We have other people that get in a little more aggressively, grow a little more quickly. But no matter where you're at, in Shaundell's words, take action, get started, get moving. There's good things out there, but you got to take action to get after them. And I feel motivated after hanging out today. And if you want more of that motivation, just scroll back and listen to more podcast episodes. But thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for being the best part of our show, our listeners. And Shaundell, one last time, thank you, my friend. God bless you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime. Please. I'm a big fan. I can't wait for your book. It's coming someday. I know it is. Can't wait. I'm going to read it cover to cover in one sitting.
Oh, I have stories.
Oh, so many. I'm sure so many stories we could have gotten into, and in good time, I'm sure we will have that chance. And for the listeners today, thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll have more good episodes for you very soon. God bless.